Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, November 4th, 2023, and guess what today is, guys? There's your hint, and there's your other hint. Today is the day my number one childhood dream comes true. I'm here at the Pioneer Tunnel coal mine out in Ashland, Pennsylvania, and today, I'm not here to ride the train. I'm here to operate the train. That is known as the Lokie. That's the Henry Clay. It's a narrow gauge 040 steam locomotive built in 1927 by the Vulcan Iron Works. It actually runs on locally mined anthracite coal. And today they are having the hand on the throttle experience. And yes, it's going to be my first time operating a steam locomotive. I mean, okay, technically I did operate one of the live steamers, a 5 3/4 gauge, which was really cool. This is the first time operating a real steam locomotive. So my friend Colin, he's getting a turn too, and he's going to do me a favor of filming me operating the train so you guys can enjoy it. Or if I don't do so good, go ahead, laugh at me, guys, but I don't care. I can't wait. I'm excited, admittedly a little bit nervous, but mostly excited.
It's kind of made to be. It doesn't seem to be getting worse,
Okay.
but it's staying at a consistent level. All right.
Wave. All right.
No, just water.
This was my first time participating in an event like this, and it was the Pioneer Tunnel coal mine's first time hosting such an event, so let me explain a little about how it worked. They were pairing people up where one person operated the train going uphill and the other operated it going downhill. My Reading and Northern colleague Jim Garraway was also participating, so we paired up together for our runs. For the first run, Jim operated the locomotive uphill while I watched and learned from him. When we reached the end of the line, it was my turn to operate the locomotive back to the station while my friend Colin from PA and Northeastern Railfan filmed it.
Right.
Alright, this is my first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, it's recording.
Quick overview. So this is our throttle.
Okay.
And like I was telling him, you'll be able to feel, when you start pulling this out, you'll be able to feel where it actually engages that power, right?
Okay, do you have to squeeze that to pull it?
Yeah, to be able to pull it out. This is a
Okay.
locking mechanism, but it just makes it easier when you hold this in,
Okay.
right? See how coming out here, that's not engaging anything. It'll
Okay.
be right about there, you'll feel it. It'll actually stop you, and then you're just kind of playing with that. That's what's opening that valve to let that steam through.
Okay.
Now this being your self-lapping brake, right? So it's
Okay.
all the way on. When you open it up, you'll hear it exhausting. Let's release it.
Okay.
And this is our Johnson bar. This is what's going to tell us to go forward or backwards. So we want to go forward. So you're going to hold this in and push it as far as you can go and get it to lock into one of those spots. There you go.
Okay.
Yep, put it in. Oh yeah. All right. So now when we're going forward, we're going to blow the whistle twice, right? Toot toot.
This one here.
Yep,
I
that's the whistle.
keep doing it.
That's the
All
whistle,
right,
Jim.
Break
Wait.
off. Alright, so now we're going to be starting to come right down a little bit of a hill and a turn. So we're just going to give it a little bit of steam, you'll feel it, and just get a little bit of momentum. And remember, like once we get it going, we can always push the throttle forward and let this engine do its work. Once we get around these two little bends, then you're going to have to climb up the hill. That's the grease spot. So go ahead and throw that throttle in, just kind of let the engine get around these two bends.
Now you can't even see the track here.
Oh no, this is a weird one. So now we're gonna get tight. So go ahead, get ready to give it some juice. And you can kind of see now as we're looking up, you can see how we're fighting this hill, right?
Okay.
We're kind of just playing with that momentum to keep us steadily getting up all this hill. Once you reach that second little leap, you kind of let the engine coast a little bit, let the thing maybe feather the brake on, depending on how much momentum we have. We're doing wonderful. This is great momentum. You know how the engine listens? How the train listens?
What's that?
It's engineers. You can see how we're going to start coming down the hill, right? So we won't need to give it steam once we're starting to come down, but we want to get up a little bit at a little peak. Now we kind of just feel it out. We give it a little pump or two, give it a little buzz. Throw your throttle in, maybe throw your brake on a little bit. on. Now you can feather it off. There you go. Yeah, you got it. Right on the throttle. Yeah, I guess the main objective, you know, is trying to keep steady momentum, and then it's kind of just looking beyond, you know, your where you're at. You can see where you're having to give it steam before going into the hill, where you have to know where the motion's up.
That's where you guys know when the track really comes
Yeah,
in
exactly.
handy.
Absolutely. That's why, like, a lot of other engines will have true sight glasses to be able to actually really tell where your water is. You know, but since we know the track, we kind of able to get away from one side.
I saw a red light. That's good, right?
Yeah, red lights.
Yeah, I had to touch it already.
When we start straightening out here, you're going to see where it gets to that wicked first turn.
Yeah, you don't want to break into that turn.
Yeah, so once we get up to it, we're going to, we'll post it and we'll feel the brake about halfway through it will go down. And you'll feel a bump, and that's when I kind of like to take the brake off, and then you have to power out. Great momentum going up. We got about another 50 feet or so. Feel where the engine's at. Go ahead and throw your throttle all the way off. Get ready for your brake. Feel where it starts going. Go ahead and throw your brake off. Keep your brake all the way on. And then you can feather it out. As you can tell you have control of the turn, right? There you go. Ready to get the throttle and power on out. Now we're coming up to the crossroads, so you want to keep your momentum going where you're at with your throttle, and go for your two long ones, a short one, and a long one. A long one more. Alright, that's alright.
That gets tricky when you're operating three things at once.
Yep, let your engine take it and that's power. Yeah, when you start doing multiple things at one day, alright, there you go. Now we're not really going to worry about brake shoe too much, right? But so once we get into this first switch, right, that's where we're going to kind of keep a steady, slow momentum in your belt. And we'll throw our brake on once we get back to the, the other side of that bar. So yeah, we'll be good. We'll probably have to muscle through this tight turn here. Yeah, this is a perfect speed coming up through it into a speed. There you go. Push our throttle all the way up, Johnson bar to the middle, and then 1 2 for a stop. Awesome.
Nice.
Right on. Hey,
Thank you so much.
Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right on, absolutely.
And I got you back in one piece, Jim. All right, guys.
We're back.
We're back. Here, you can get down, and then I'll hand you this. This is the Lokie, guys. That was my first time at the throttle. And thank you for recording, Jim.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is loved it.
All right.
So you guys haven't met my coworker, Jim Garraway. This is Jim Garraway. He was brave enough to ride with me.
We survived.
We made it.
Good job.
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
Probably washed the
Once everyone had a turn and it was clear there was still time left during the session, they allowed everyone to take a second turn. I paired up with Jim once again, but this time I operated going uphill and he took the downhill run.
All right, we ready?
Yep. We are ready.
All right, quick run through, right? We got our brake, right? This is all the way on, and you can hear as it disengages all that steam pressure. Okay, that's our brake. Is our Johnson bar. We'll pull it all the way back to go in reverse. Here's our throttle. When we go in reverse, we toot our whistle 3 times. And we'll keep it coasting through these switches here, and we'll be good.
All right.
I'll give you tips and stuff when we're coming up to parts we have to power on through. But yep.
All right, sounds good. Good to go then?
Yep, good to go. There it goes.
Okay.
Nice. Yep, we're good. Yep, brake.
The brake out.
Alright, there we go.
Do you want more of the actual landscape this time?
Yeah, if you kind of want to change it up a little bit.
Every once in a while I come to you and
Yeah, some back and forth is good. That's how I was filming it when you were running it. So.
yeah, this landscape here is pretty cool, so we'll do this.
Yeah, it's kind of neat because you can actually see the grade.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Those frogs are just beat up and old, that's why it's dragging. Looking ahead to see like where you're gonna have to. You kind of want to power into your hills and stuff like that, like kind of give it some right before it. Yeah, it takes this track. It takes a little bit. Yeah, like I said, even with weather, sometimes the tracks get tighter, metal expanding and stuff. Yeah.
When you get the wet leaves on the track, does it spin the wheels?
Oh yeah, now even like in the morning, if there's a nice dew and it's there, like yeah, you get real slimy.
Oh,
That's okay. Go ahead. Get up this little hump, kind of coast it into the turn, and then that's when we kind of want to get out of. Where you have it right now is good right when we're coming up. So yeah, let it coast kind of into the beginning of the hill. Okay. Because it kind of protects the speed right through here. Now, start getting that sweet spot. Kind of keep that consistent power.
yeah, you feel it picking up there.
Yeah. Very good. That was very good.
Thank you. And I can imagine it's a whole nother level of complexity when you have the cars
Oh
and
yeah.
you're trying to be smooth for the passengers.
Exactly, because we have no buffers or anything like the springs. It's just hard bar the whole way, so you kind of have to. You're going to be hitting the joint, so you're bouncing a little bit. We just tell them it's we're going to throw your brake onto the whole bit in there.
You gotta make sure you don't spill her coffee.
Yeah, the hard cars you have are just old cars.
Yeah.
Kind of fashioned into accommodation cars, if you want to call it. Like, so there's no shocks on them. There's no.
They just bang into each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've ridden them a couple times. It was always, I mean, it was always a good ride, but you guys know what you're doing with this. Actually, I feel like I'm doing smoother in this direction than the other direction.
Yeah, it's, I kind of find it that it's a little easier for them.
Yeah.
You know, you're not worried about like how long the engine is. You're kind of seeing exactly what's coming up.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, but that makes sense. It's the immediacy of, reacting to it.
Start coming down so we go off the throttle.
Okay.
So I want to throw our brakes in maybe. Kind of just let it see what it's doing. And once you start feeling a little bit, stop that brake, kind of throw them on. Alright, perfect. Now you can start throw them on there. And just kind of feather them on. Yeah, very smooth. Thank you.
I can get used to this. I'm liking this. Hi, Jeff. This is my next time.
So this will be our last little hill to climb, and once we get up, you'll see how it flattens out. That's kind of where we'll come off the throttle and throw our brake on once we get up.
Put this back in the
Get over
center.
Appalachian Mountains. Very well done.
All right.
That was a really good ride.
Thank
Very
you.
Impressed. Very impressed.
Nice job.
Oh, thank you for the coaching.
Absolutely. All right.
Much better.
So guys, this was definitely a dream come true for me, and I want to thank everyone at Pioneer Tunnel Coal Mine for organizing the event. Josh, the engineer who instructed us, did an excellent job. His information on operating the locomotive's controls, as well as the detailed information on the challenging track, made this totally doable with no prior experience. What surprised me the most was just how sensitive the Lokie was to the ever-changing track conditions. The throttle and the brakes were very responsive, but required constant changes in input to keep the locomotive moving smoothly. That aspect of it was far more intense and far more challenging than I expected. I was also surprised to find it easier to operate uphill than downhill. I think that's because of my position at the rear of the locomotive, but also because I received more feedback from the throttle when going uphill. Downhill, it didn't take much to get the locomotive to start running away, so tending to the brakes was a lot more important. In addition to fulfilling my oldest dream, this experience gave me a lot more appreciation for the engineers who operate trains for a living. They have so much more to manage with mainline speeds and pulling a consist of cars, especially those with passengers on board. The professionals make it look easy, but now I know there's a lot more going on than a spectator realizes. This may have been my first time operating a locomotive, but I'm sure it won't be my last. Pioneer Tunnel Coal Mine has said they plan to do this event again, possibly as early as next spring, so keep your eyes open for an announcement if this is something you would like to do too. And a special thank you to Jim and Colin for filming me operating the Lokie. This is footage I will always treasure.